And we're live.
Okay, it's not big.
Hello, everybody.
Hey there.
So everyone's going to start coming in now. It's quite early in the U.S., so I don't assume we're going to have too many U.S. viewers,
Early birds.
right? The ones that really want to be here. So, so we're here at Intergeo 2025, and we're hanging out at the Emlid booth with the CEO, Igor. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm super excited. Launching 3 products in one day.
Right? Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Really, really super stoked.
So, looks like Michael is here. Michael, how are you, sir? Michael, isn't it like 4 in the morning where you're at? I think it's like 4 in the morning right now. He's out in the, I think he's over in the Denver area. So, he's awake. Also a member of our survey school. So, 5 a.m. Okay. So not quite as early as I thought, but still quite early. So
I really like how we have the screen over there, and it basically shows all the key features.
Yeah, exactly. You can see all the new stuff that's
the
coming up here.
presentation is already running.
Right, exactly. So, 5 a.m. here in Denver. All right. Looks like a lot of people are coming from Colorado. So, been up for 2 hours. You got up at 3 a.m. then to start working. So, Michael is part of our survey school, and he has the most bizarre schedule. He works middle of the night, 2 in the morning. Whenever we have early sessions, he's always the first one there. So, but then during the day, that's when he rests. So.
Yeah, night is really the distraction-free time.
Right, exactly. Well, tell us about RS4 Pro. Give us a little bit of a detailed insight, the production of it, kind of how the process has been up until your release today.
Yeah, sure. Let me just grab one.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. It'd be great to get one to take a look at.
Okay. So here we have the new RS4 Pro. I'm going to disconnect it very quickly.
Sure.
Quick release mount. So you can see it's really compact. We managed to make it even smaller than the RS3. So when you put them side by side, this one is really small.
Yeah.
So, look, what can I tell you about this device? Basically, we took all the experience we had from using both RS2s and RS3s in the field, and then we put all of that into this new generation of devices. So this is the RS4 Pro we're looking at, which is the new receiver that includes the cameras, and we also have the version without cameras for those who want to run a base station or maybe just don't need the camera functionality, want to save a few bucks. So the key updates here, completely new GNSS system, so new antenna, new chipset. It means it can receive more frequencies, more signals from full satellite bands, and that gives you that rock solid performance in challenging conditions. So, for somebody who has an RS3 today and they're using it in relatively open conditions, I don't think you'll see that much of an upgrade. But as soon as you go close to canopy or close to building, you'll definitely see that this one is way more robust.
That's just generally been the issue with GNSS, is being able to use it in rougher terrain, especially when there's a lot of tree coverage or in urban areas with those buildings. So you're really trying to combat that now by having all those bands.
Yeah, and I think we as an industry is pushing forward new chipsets and new technologies and new ways to extend the working range of these devices.
Yeah.
And I think also speaking about extending the range of working conditions, right? So with this one, we are trying to step a little bit on top station territory.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not in terms of range, but just not in terms of accuracy, but in terms of being able to measure things that you can't really reach with a survey pole, but that you can see.
Yeah.
So then maybe let's talk a little bit about the camera setup here. It's kind of the main thing that differentiates Pro. You can see we have 2 cameras. One is in the front, one is on the bottom. So they're actually not strictly linear or not strictly looking forward looking. They're tilted a little bit to make sure that you always have the necessary field of view.
Yes.
So the bottom one is mainly for staking points, and that will show you a video overlay in the app, and that's just a more intuitive way to stake points. I think that's going to be really relevant for those who are just starting, or like for companies that want to distribute more GNSS receivers to their employees, and they want to make sure that everybody can just like immediately see where the point is instead of trying to figure out where you're on the map. The frontal camera could also be used to project this AR, like if you are further away from the point, like if you're, I don't know, the point is 10 meters away from you, then you will see that through the frontal camera. But it's also used for photogrammetry, so you can walk around an object and then get that point just by selecting it on the picture. And we process everything on the mobile app, so you don't need to be connected to internet.
So it's happening in real
Yeah,
time.
it's in real time, processed fully on your mobile phone.
Good.
And I'm really glad that we can actually, with our approach to mobile apps, like we have an app for iOS and Android, we can actually get those performance boosts for free just with new iPhones, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know, 30% faster every year or so. And I think that's in general the huge advantage of using your mobile device as a controller, that you get these upgrades every year.
And the crazy thing is, and I know this is like a very sensitive topic for a lot of surveyors, is that buying a new controller for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and it's running technology from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Sure, like the build quality is robust, but I could just get a robust case for my phone, and it does the same thing, and it's my phone, you know. And like you said, every year you get a new phone, and it's more, you know, better hardware. So your performance of your app or your processing now is significantly better just because I upgraded my phone, which was something I'm going to do anyways. So I'm a big fan of using my phone as my data collector.
And then think about like staking large DTMs.
Yeah.
Like when the file size is huge, I know this is hundreds of megabytes maybe, and then you want a really powerful platform to be able to process that. And DXF files, you're just getting more data every year, and you want something that is powerful. And that doesn't hold back us in terms of the new features we can ship to our customers. So, and that's what allows us to process this photogrammetry, processing really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
great. No, that's awesome. Guys, feel free to ask questions. You know, now is your chance to actually talk to the man himself, you know, to the pioneer here, and figure out, you know, if this is the right fit for you, if this is the type of equipment that you should be using. One thing I want to know, because surveyors always ask me, you know, why would I consider Emlid over other brands? What is it about Emlid that, you know, you like so much as a surveyor? What's your message to surveyors, right? Because I think a lot of them are very skeptical of not only just your brand, but your innovation. And now you're coming out with a receiver that has these cameras, other legacy brands have as well. What sets you apart from everyone else?
So at Emlid, we're always focused on delivering professional capability in a kind of consumer level user experience. And I understand that as an experienced surveyor, you know how to use your tools really well, and you really need to have all those options and configurations, and you're the expert. And it could as well be that we are not the right fit for a surveyor that prefers to have a different solution where they have, I don't know, maybe more complexity, but they know how to deal with it. But we are sending our message. We're building these receivers maybe not necessarily for the professional surveyor in the first place. We want more people, like for example on the construction side, so we want to empower them with these tools, and we realize that they are not always ready to onboard on that learning curve or to deal with that complexity that comes with those legacy solutions. And we're building something that works with your iPhone, and it's as powerful, as capable, but it's just so much easier to use. Like, you should just try it. And I know that many surveyors are skeptical, and then they just try it, and they're like, okay, I guess I'm gonna use it one more time. Because simplicity wins in the end.
Yes.
We have so many things we have to take care of, so many things to think about. Like, you don't have to be an expert to use this tool. And
that's the thing, is we complicate it to a point where it scares people off. And we're in a situation right now where we need more surveyors, right? Whether you're a professional or not, it's just we need people that are actually capable of using this technology and collecting high accuracy data. So to be able to make the technology simple to use, eliminates errors, it eliminates the ability to have to find very specialized people to do this work. It opens up the doors for a lot of folks, you know, especially in the construction industry.
what we do with these devices, and maybe even more with RX2s, we actually want to empower surveyors to be able to add more people to their teams
Yes.
who are not necessarily on the same level of expertise as they are, but we
Yes.
know that they're just stretched too thin and they need help.
Yeah.
And what if, and then that's what we're doing on the software side. Like most of it is actually happens on the software side. With Phone 360, with the cloud solution, we can have you as the expert look at the cloud interface, see multiple users, interact with GPS, navigate over the exact stake surfaces, but you are in control. You see what they're doing. You can set up how the map looks. You can set up everything for your team, send them out, but at the same time, be sure that you will not spend too much time supporting them through complicated menus or sorting up issues for them. You're the expert, you're in control. Now you can get more people to help you out in the field. And I think that will be our main messaging actually.
You can focus on the data more so than the data collection.
And you can also focus on let's be honest here. Many of those jobs, they are not the most exciting ones or requiring most of this. The majority of the work is going to be shooting points, right? Or setting out. And you as the expert, you are so valuable. You don't have to be there
in the field doing that.
Yes. You want control to make sure somebody's doing it right, but then you can focus on really complicated stuff, making sure everything is set up right, the project is set up right, and
the data management itself requires some real knowledge, real skills. So if you're able to get a sophisticated product like this out into the field, and someone who's still training, so up and coming, collect the data for you, it's going to make the whole workflow much more efficient. So, I agree.
Have this transparency, like you know what they're doing, you see it in real time, see who created that data.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really powerful in terms of scaling.
I agree. We've got a couple of questions. So question one, how many channels does this receiver have?
I think it's it's 672.
672.
Was great is right there, but it's more than you ever need.
No kidding.
Yeah, the number of channels is an ongoing topic, but I think the key is the level of performance.
Yeah.
And there is plenty.
I know most receivers are a few hundred, so that definitely tops it. How efficient is the photogrammetry tool? Can I locate points within seconds like a regular GPS shot? Walk us through that whole workflow. How does that all work out?
Okay, so we have two workflows here, right? So I think the question is more about like measuring a point rather than setting out a point, right?
To locate a point. Yeah, I'm guessing it's to be able to measure a point.
Okay, so it's not as quick as measuring with a pole. So you need to walk around the object of interest, 10 seconds or so, just to capture different angles at the point. Processing takes a few seconds more for such a short capture, and then you just click on the image and it's there. So it's more time than just.
I think it's faster than setting up a total station, definitely. But it's going to take time to probably collect the data, let it process internally, and then to select the point. Let me ask you, because I've seen this process and it's kind of tricky when you're selecting the point itself. How is that? Is it like you tap on the position in the image, or do you zoom into it? How do you get the precision that you need in the images? And then do you auto-locate the position in other images, or is that something I have to do manually every time?
No. So once you've captured the data set, we'll show you a list of images. You select any image you want, zoom in, select a point. That's automatically detected in all other images. So you can actually check and you can see what it detected. And then sometimes it might be like a tricky point to select because there's an awkward angle.
Right.
So then you can readjust that and it will recalculate everything. But I would say normal use is just pick a pixel and then calculates everything for you. And then you can save it as a normal GPS point in your project, create lines or whatever.
Nice. Okay. Will we be able to revisit the data collected from the images? Let's say I want to pick points later on in the office. Is that something that's possible?
Yes, definitely. So that will be saved inside your Emlid Flow project. In the future, we'll also get that into Emlid Flow 360. And I think that's also, if we think about empowering a surveyor to send somebody out in the field, and having control at the same time. Think about that person in the field doing this kind of visual captures, and then the surveyor in the field being able to pick up additional points afterwards.
In the office.
Yeah, or do QC checks, because
Yeah.
with images you can verify that, like, okay, that was the right point that they captured.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is being able to visualize the data more, and having that visual aid with images is just going to make you more comfortable as a surveyor in the office. That is our biggest fear, is that, like, what did my field surveyor do? Do I trust the work that he did? And this is just giving us more ways to verify and make sure it's done right. I love it. No, that's awesome. Let's see here. How soon can I get a demo unit? Ha ha ha. This is from Michael.
You can get a demo in Turchio. It's just a short flight away.
Hey, it's just from Frankfurt, you know. When is public release going to be? Do you have an idea?
So it's already on our website. You can go ahead and pre-order. We're running a special, so if you pre-order on our website, you get one of these quick releases for free.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna start shipping RX2s in the end of October, so that's already soon.
Oh, wow.
And RS4 and RS4 Pro coming closer to the end of December.
The end of the year. Christmas gift. Yeah. Get yourself a nice Christmas.
Receiver.
Give yourself a nice tax write-off before the end of the year.
That's another good.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, tell us more about Emlid's vision. You know, where are you guys headed? How do you look at Q4 and 2026? What do you hope to achieve in the next, 12 months?
Well, now our first priority is to ship the new product line,
Yeah.
to get those in the hands of people, and like make sure that everything works great. So we're really excited about that. This is the biggest update in the history of the company. So the whole company is just focused on delivering that, making sure our customers have a good experience with it. Overall, we are positioning ourselves in a completely new level. Like with the new devices and this level of performance, like look at this, the premium magnesium alloy build. It's just so nice.
Yeah, I love it. Feels so much more premium. Not that your other products weren't, but just like it's definitely a step up. So no, it's an incredible build.
And so with this, we want basically to be the new professional standard.
Yeah.
That's our goal. We want to be the new premium. We understand the market is changing. There is intensifying competition on the lower end. I think the higher end is kind of doesn't know what to do exactly. So we want to be the new professional device, still reasonably priced, but that delivers everything and some more on top of the higher, typically perceived high-end units. And that's what we're going to execute on. That's what we're going to deliver. At the same time, we're doing huge investments in software.
Yep.
Like lots of development is happening with Flow and Code for 16. And we want to do exactly as I said. Like we want to empower surveyors to expand their teams with confidence, give them control, give them confidence that the person they are onboarding, educating, they can actually handle the equipment they're given, that they will not get confused in the field.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, there will be more transparency in the field and office, and I know everybody's going to have a better time. Like if your RTK here can do the same job, but it's so much easier and more affordable.
That's the barrier to entry just dropped. You're giving more people the ability to do great work. So that's why we love working with you guys. And we share the same philosophy.
I think the barrier of entry is actually a very interesting conversation, because when we started, the barrier of entry was cost.
Yeah.
So it was so expensive. Like it's a 20 grand unit. Like, okay, if you're a professional surveyor, you can afford it, right?
You have the work probably to
you
support
have
you.
the work to justify this purchase, but nobody else could. Like it was just, I mean, it's a car, right?
It's a car, yeah.
So the next barrier was ease of use. Okay, if you're a surveyor, you can invest the time to learn the system, to know all ins and outs. That makes you the expert. But at the same time, then you should have that time to invest. And the reason to justify that investment, and if we wanted to get more people to use the technology, like we had to slash down this, to remove this learning curve. And that's what we did. I think with apps on iOS, this consumer user experience, USB charging, all these things, it feels like a gadget. So that was the second barrier. And now the third barrier that we're seeing is this kind of disconnect between expertise in the office and people in the field.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's easy to use. Like, for example, a company, they can afford to buy many devices. They're easy enough to use to train people on. But then I will email you that version of the file. No, it's the wrong file. It's on WhatsApp. No, go to our Microsoft OneDrive and it's there. And what am I looking at? The layers are all off. Like, we want to solve that part. And
It needs to be a seamless workflow.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is a big challenge that a lot of legacy brands face. And at some point, they have to just accept that we can't fix all these problems. We have to just focus on our big organizations. I think you're focusing more on the user themselves, and that's the big difference here. So that's I think why a lot of people prefer starting here, working with you, and then they just fall in love with the product line. They never leave. Great.
That's the plan.
Awesome. Cool. I want to talk a little bit about education because I feel like we share also a lot. You're partners with us at the survey school, and we really appreciate that partnership because you're really providing a lot of value to our students. Tell us kind of what your philosophy is and why you think that what we do is a match for what you guys do.
Well, I think we are both trying to empower more people to use this technology, and we have these devices now, and now they get this education, like telling more people about it. Okay, now it's so much easier to use. You can actually get one, start working with it, start making money, right? And there is definitely a skill gap, and I'm glad that you guys are closing it with the service school, and then in general, I think you're probably doing it on YouTube. Just telling more about this technology and explaining it in plain English and not in enterprise.
Yeah,
about,
I try to keep it practical.
Yes. I mean that's what people need. Like that's where we go to learn now. We all go to YouTube and we watch videos. And that's how we try to get a grasp of the new thing. Right.
Right.
I mean we're supporting the service school. That's like we're really proud to do that. We are supporting universities, so we have discounts for universities. I think universities all over the world use our equipment. Of course, we have the goal that people who learn on our equipment will then come back and buy more from us. But we also see that it's such a good thing to just to give something back to the community that helped us build all this products.
Absolutely.
Believed in us and
Absolutely.
trusted us throughout the years.
Yes.
And now we can give something back. That's great. That's what we love to do.
As amazing as the RS4 Pro is, looking back at the RS2 Plus, it's still a very powerful GNSS receiver that many people can learn from. Many people can understand the fundamentals of GNSS. And from an education standpoint, I mean, it works, right? It works and it gives you the data that you need. I think a lot of people, they start there. They learn from it. You support us by giving us receivers. So our students are able to learn in the field, even though we're a completely online school, like we have no campus. But people learn from those receivers, and then they expand their network, they expand their toolkit, they go for a new receiver, and they know exactly where to go to get it
from. And it's also like, I think one big advantages of Emlid products that it's a really open system. So it's easy to download the data. You don't need to download anything. You can learn how to use radio, how to use Encrypt, how to process raw data. There's free software for processing, free for Encrypt. So then you can just like play with all these technologies in a really low investment right?
The barrier to entry is what we keep always saying. It's just so easy to get into it now. Anyone that's trying to get into survey technology is scared. Maybe they're drone pilots or they're scanning technicians. It's never been a better time to get into this now, and it's so much more affordable. And like you said, the ease of use is really what you've provided for people.
Yeah, I mean, it's know how to use Google Maps on iPhone.
Right, yeah, it's so easy.
And then just go from there, like learn more advanced things.
Right. And like I said, I'm a big fan of using my phone as a data collector. Seriously, we already have it. I already spent $1,000 on this. I might as well use it why should I go spend another $4,000 on a new data collector? We're running Windows 10 from like 10, 15 years ago.
And your phone is also a business expense, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
You know how to talk my language. This year, it would be nice to have it compared with the R12i. I mean, hey, look, the Trimble R12i is also a powerful receiver. I think that they both have their markets and they both have their users. They're both GNSS receivers that achieve the same level of accuracy. So we have nothing against other receivers, obviously.
Yeah, no, the more receivers, the merrier.
Yeah,
It's just this one is the best one.
you would say that. Wrapping up, any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say to anyone that might be, again, interested, wants to learn more? What's your final takeaway?
I mean, we have so much information about these new receivers on our website. So that there is the full version of my talk where I introduce all these receivers.
Yeah.
If you're interested to learn more, just go to our website and see if that's a thing for you or not. If not, that's also fine. Just subscribe to our social media around it. We are also giving these quick release adapters as gifts to anyone who makes a pre-order on our website before we start shipping the receivers. So, I mean,
Show them how fast it works. Show them how fast it works.
So, yeah, you just do like this, click, and it's securely attached. And even when you tilt it, it's not getting any additional error. So, very cool thing. Once you use it,
It's hard to go back.
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, follow us, follow Rami. See you next time. Sending love to all of you. Thank you all for your support throughout the years. It really means the world to us here at Emlid. We are only able to build it. We're a completely bootstrapped company. We're only able to build it because you guys are buying our devices and are spreading the word, sharing your good experiences. So we're eternally grateful for all of you. And,
Yeah, no, we appreciate everything you've done for the industry, and we hope to continue to support you as you continue to support us as users.
Yeah. Let's do that. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Igor. Good seeing you, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Okay, let's see how bad the latency is, and then we'll end the stream.
It looked pretty good when your dad was showing me. It was
Latency's good.
shockingly good.
Yeah,
All right.
cool. We'll end the stream here.